Hi, it's Gary Bourne at Royal LePage, Sussex, and welcome to my real estate review for the month of February 2021. So the question is, will the high activity level that we saw last year carry itself into this year? For the answer, let's take a look at the statistics. But before we do, I must warn you, everywhere you see the word February, it will be misspelled. We're missing an R. First of all, let's look at Detached. We saw 88 sales in February, which was 24% above the same month last year, and we're about just slightly below the 10-year average. Looking at the new listings, we had 127, so that was 2.4% above same month last year, and 23% below the 10-year average. And when it came to total listings, we were way down, just 163 detached homes for sale, which was 41% down year over year and 45% below the 10-year average. With townhouses, there are 74 sales, up 185% year over year and 124% above the 10-year average. With new listings, 96 new listings, that was about 113% more than the same month last year and about 88% above the 10-year average. And when it came to total listings, there were 77, which is 13% below the 10-year, 5% below the 10-year average and about 13% year over year. And finally, with apartments, we had 141 sales, up 42% year over year and 55% above the 10-year average. For new listings, there are 188 apartments, and that was about the same year over year and about 15% above the 10-year average. And then with total listings, we had 223 apartments, which was 22% down year over year and about 28% below the 10-year average. So to determine the relationship between supply and demand, we take a look at the sales to active ratio. Keep in mind that between 12 and 20% would be considered to be a balanced market. Below that would be a buyer's market, and above that would be a seller's market. So all three categories are strongly into a seller's market. Townhouses were at 97.4%, condos at 64%, and detached homes at 54%. So let's see how the supply and demand affect the prices. With detached homes, the HPI Housing Price Index price was 1,783,000. So that was 15% up year over year and about 10% up over the last 6 months. With townhouses, we ended up at 1,036,000. That's 9% up year over year and about 2.1% up over the last 6 months. And then finally, we have apartments. They ended up at 600,000. That was 4.5% up year over year and about 2.8% up over the last 6 months. So there you have it. We've got very low inventory of homes available and continued strong demand. So what are the main drivers of the real estate market here? The big one, of course, is historically low interest rates, although the 5-year rates are trending up a little bit. Number two, we've got more first-time buyers coming to the marketplace, again, because of the low interest rates. And number three, the pandemic has changed people's sheltering needs. We have a requirement for office in home now, people wanting to work out in their home. And also people are just staying at home more because of the pandemic. So that's requiring more space for people's homes. And in addition to that, because there's not as much of a requirement for people to go to their corporate offices It allows them the possibility of moving out to the suburbs and where prices are lower, and then it's easier for them to get more space. So thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions, please be in touch. Gary Bourne at 604-787-9418. Take care.